Yes, it does. However, the city has to come up with a plan to get people interested in buying those lots or taking over those lots.
I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And to the point where you can't control that contractor that's doing it. Say, listen, these are going to be the guidelines, all right? And then you go from there.
Right.
But my experience is that the city wants to control everything. That's me.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing.
Because you have to give the individual a chance to, express themselves and do things that is going to be for the betterment.
Right.
And like, I would love to see the city redo the tax base to the extent that you own a home. A lot of people can't afford to upgrade or to do any upgrades to their homes because if they do, the city assessor comes along and assesses your house for much more. Now your taxes go up.
Right.
But I think if you do your house over, you should be an incentive and say, listen, you did such a good job. Your house is looking good.
Right.
We're going to give you like a pilot type program for 10 years. This is going to be your tax base. It's going to give you an incentive to improve your home.
Well, I agree with that, and we're running into the it looks like the city manager up there in Ogdensburg's already hit the road after 3 months. And I use Ogdensburg. We both do. Jeff and I and others use it as an example of where, when you lose the tax base, you put that added burden on the poor slobs that stick around in the village of Ogdensburg. Yeah. And I would hate to see that happen here, where we can, and again, as a city council person, as a mayor, as a city manager, even as Mark Wolzek as our state senator, it's very difficult to make sure. Hey, look, we got 1,800 ghost houses here. Let's get the bank. Let's get the Bank of America to give us $1 billion to put an investment in here. It doesn't work out that way, Leonard. Right?
I agree with you. I agree. It doesn't. No, those are just flowery words that people say, "Oh, that sounds good."
Sure.
It's actually putting a plan down and saying, "This is what we have to do." We may have to bite the bullet for a while.
Well, we're biting the bullet.
Yes. Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah, we are. And as a result of all these purchases, now again, I haven't even gotten into. We're talking to Leonard Spaziani here today. The big day is on the 27th. Plus, you told me prior you're definitely going to be at the debate at the Hilton Garden Inn on the 19th, which is great. So we get to know people like yourself, and we know you more than the other candidates, as opposed to Pat Hickey, because of your time spent at City Council. But that said, the short time you were there, you didn't get. Now, again, you wouldn't have to work along Mayor Jeff Smith, because if you were to become part of the new council and replace either Pat Hickey's seat, or for that matter, Sarah Campo, who's running for mayor, as we all know, you wouldn't have to work with Mayor Jeff Smith. Now, I bring that up because it was very, very, transparent as far as what you felt about our current mayor, Mayor Jeff Smith. In fact, Leonard, you called him at one point a dictator. Can you explain why you called him a dictator?
What is a dictator? He wants his way. I mean, I'm going to go on the record saying this. Jeff Smith's an intelligent guy.
Yeah.
He had everything given to him on a platter. But as far as I'm concerned, through my eyes, he didn't play it right. It had to be his way or no way. And
do you think dictator is a strong word, though? I mean, dictators have been known to kill. I don't think Jeff Smith wants to kill anybody.
Well, sometimes I wonder about that.
All right, well, then
I'm only kidding about that. Jeff Smith's basically a nice guy.
Yeah, because if you said that to a certain owner of a golf course, he would have problems with that. And again, that's why I say in this day and age, especially, Leonard, you're old school. All right, and that's nothing wrong with that, by the way. But rhetoric like that can mean meaner things, or instigate something.
Well, again, I'm old school. And I've always had problems taking orders, and Jeff likes to take orders. The only time I took orders were from my staff sergeant and my mother and father. Everybody else I took, I had a problem.
Right.
And Jeff, at the time when I was on there, I mean, he was amicable up to a certain point, but he kind of rubs people the wrong way.
He rubbed you the wrong way.
Well, certainly, he did. And how many times did I vote with him?
Probably none.
One.
Oh, you won. What was the one time you voted for him? With him, rather?
Oh, when he did the water.
Okay.
When he did the Leray water project,
right,
without the council knowing about it, and then he brought it to the council and said, "This is what I did," which was, as far as I'm concerned, totally out of his realm. He shouldn't have done that. But I voted with him because he did do a good job.
Okay. But and some people might say, well, okay, you don't like taking orders, but as a councilman in a managed government system where you have to at least play the game along with your superiors, including the mayor and for that matter the city manager, or for that matter other people within council, people might have a problem with you saying that, Leonard.
Well,
Would you see that?
If they do, shame on them.
Okay.
Seriously.
Double down.
Well, no. When you're sitting there with a mayor and 4 other council people, you can express your feelings. If you take it personal,
Sure.
then shame on you. For me, and I say, did I take it personal from Jeff? No, I didn't, but it did irritate me. Okay, I mean, I still like the guy. I see him. I talk to him. I respect his position.
Sure.
However, he's not the position of the mayor. Okay, he runs the council.
Right.
All right, the meetings,
Sure.
and then he's a figurehead for everything else. All right. When it comes to making the actual decision, because he wants something does not necessarily mean that he gets it.
Right.
That's why you have 4 other people.
Right. Oh, exactly. Yeah, and that's all part of the whole William Shepard created back in 1919, the managed system. Others, including Ryan Wilkerson, who was here for one term, said we need a strong mayor. I'm just going to throw it out there. Do we need a strong mayor?
You want to know something? Yeah. Again, Mayor Smith at the time when Mayor Butler was in there was supposed to be doing he had a commission.
Yeah.
You remember what became of that?
I don't know.
I really don't know. I do not know how much power the council will have over the mayor or the mayor has over the whole city, how he runs things.
Sure.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I don't know if it's good or bad.
Right. Well, right now we have essentially 3 people running the city right now, and that is what Mayor Jeff Graham and Hotline Host refers to as the Gang of 3. That's Olney, that's Ruggiero, and of course Pat Hickey. Do you look at it that way as well?
Well, let's go back when the mayor was first elected mayor.
Right.
So you had Mayor Smith, you had Councilman
Ryan
Rocha, Councilman
and Jesse
Rocha.
Rocha, yes.
Okay.
Still running.
And you had Councilwoman Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
There's the original Gang of 3.
Right. Okay. And then of course Ruggiero wasn't the Gang of 3 until.
So what I'm getting at, though, I think it's not nice to say a Gang of 3, a Gang of 2. I mean, they're all individuals.
Well, this is why I offered the strong mayor, because he would eliminate all that. And, of course, then you got other places like Ogdensburg that I believe they have 7 people as part of their council. And I might be mistaken. It might be 9. Again, they used to be a city at one point, but now they're under, I don't know, maybe 7,000 people right now. So they don't meet that requirement. So why they have that many people, as they say, Leonard, you know the expression, too many chefs spoil the broth. That's for sure. But, okay, let's stick with the current council. And the ultimate question that you hear on the Jeff Graham Show, for that matter, right here, would Leonard Spaziani bring decorum back to City Council?
I would do my best.
Okay.
I would definitely do my best. I'm going to tell everybody I have had words with Councilman Only. You know, I mean,
elaborate on that if you don't mind.
Well, I can't. I just disagreed with some of the things that he.
Did you do like a Mitt Romney thing with George Santos in the chambers of the? No, just kidding. You're a disgrace to the Republican Party.
No. Listen, I had words with him. Cliff knows me. He knows how I get, and he understood. But yet he's Cliff. All right,
you're right.
He's a smart guy up to a point. Then he thinks that he's a legend in his own mind, and I've told him that. Everybody on that council is qualified, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. However, everybody's an individual, so you go and when it comes to the mayor antagonizing Cliff, and Cliff saying, "I'm not taking it from you," because I said this before, and you can ask certain people.
Yeah.
They're both out of the same bolt of cloth, except at different ends.
So, in other words, they have the same type of personality. The thing is, we really didn't see that with Mayor Jeff Smith until Cliff got there, because he pushes his buttons, talks about his little gavel, which is, he's got a lot of, undertone meanings there.
That's what I disagree with Cliff when he hit. You have to respect the position.
You got it.
Yes.
You do. And you have to listen to other people that you might not agree with, Leonard,
well,
right?
Certainly.
Right.
As long as they listen to you and say that you're crazy. They
Right.
can't say that you're crazy.
You almost sound like you would be a regular caller to these shows. The way you talk, because we have some people that have the same fiery attitude that you do, that take it or leave it hot. Do you happen to know Louis Ferrone by any chance? No, just kidding. Anyway, you're from the same broth, if you don't mind, and that's a good thing. All right, so decorum is back in City Hall if Leonard Spaziani is elected.